Yeah, that's fascinating. And I love this idea of point of feeling. And I think,
Mm.
um,
Me too.
I think it's all really important, that we don't just privilege only the visual, but see all these like different sensory ways of experiencing a film. And that's like so lovely that this opens that door.
That's one thing that I just wanted to kind of add is it was interesting for me as a hearing person watching this film for sometimes the point of hearing in this film to actually be closer to a deaf perspective in some ways in that for example where you have people signing and that's not captioned for people who don't sign, for example. So it's interesting that that kind of point of hearing isn't necessarily just the point of view of hearing people, but also tries to kind of skate closer to, as Ruben's character does, a perspective that is closer to that deaf experience as well.
Mhm.
I love that you say that too, because and it's such a great question, Alison, and nobody's asked that in the way that you have, which is to really understand that from different perspectives. And when we were editing the film, we often would look at cuts with no sound. We would turn the sound off and just watch the cut with captions, because that we always felt like if this film doesn't play just captioned, then we're doing something wrong, And so that was kind of a bar for us while we were cutting the movie, is understanding that, because like you brought up my grandmother as the first thing to talk about. Well, she was in my heart the whole time I was making the movie, and the whole time I was cutting the movie, I was thinking, what would she think? Which was scary because she was very critical. But I was thinking about her watching this movie and not being able to hear it. And so, both, and Mikkel was really interested, my editor was really interested in that. So we did a lot of that, and it always was meant, that point of hearing, I really don't think is just for hearing people. I think that's the whole point.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm